여자를 지나서 샤카라스 놀아야 물을 열심히 이거 좋았다.
It's better out here than it is in the wild. Strange to see so few folks around. I'll have to raise prices to account for the loss. Oh.
뭔데?
3 dozen dead, of no apparent causes. They just fell over. Like their hearts were stopped in their chest. What did you do, Envoy? Bullshit. There was always another option. Something better than this massacre. The costs were too great, Envoy. And you paid them with third-born blood. I hope your fucking decisions haunt you forever. You've cost so many families their loved ones. You have my permission to go anywhere else. Get out of my sight, Envoy.
Who needs fabric? We still have stuff.
Mercy sent word. She said you can go. I'm sorry, Envoy. I don't have much more to say. You were responsible for all this. Shia. Envoy? Do you know what's happening? Envoy. There's something wrong with my friend. Envoy. Shia. Envoy.
Ludwig may have a skull for her face, but her fury was clear enough. If her path crosses ours again, it'll be ugly.
Frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwig's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor, and I plan on hunting her like a rat.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad.
You know her better than any of us.
Indeed. And death is her strength, and her weakness.
But you're saying there's a chain.
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate.
I believe it.
Ludwig and her steel garrote have the numbers and the power. And that might just be enough to find the guard.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we bear still. I'm...
Ugh, that's just a pile of salt. Oh, now you're listening to me, all the sack of sup. You won't find a blessed thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a page-raku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Gallowayne's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Tsar jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek. I don't have to be a Blessed Day Oracle to know this won't go how you think it will. And all your clues come from one source. You've been following a voice in your head. What do you know about Sapadal? How do you know you can trust them? That's good for you. What about the rest of us, huh? Will your secret god bring us all back, or just you?
What's on your mind, Marius? What bothers you so?
Because I can scream until I'm blue in the face, and you people would still rather trust the Envoy's pet headache demon. And now you want to drag us through the deadliest region in the world because a sleeping god said so. You're not listening to what I am telling you. I'm done here. Do whatever blessed
No!
plan you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius.
I've never seen Marius.
Be gentle with him.
Well, hopefully Marius will be a...
We won't get far unless we...
Ora, punde! Tonight!
I know what you're gonna say. Marius, you need to slow down. Think about your feelings. Well, I don't want to think about my feelings. So just let me be alone for a bit. Don't... Right, I guess I was. I just really don't want to go. Just the thought of going back to Gallowayne's tusks makes my heart feel like it's going to explode. I sweat. My ears ring. I can't breathe. When it seems like we're really heading there, I feel like I'm dying. Right. Thanks. I understand not wanting to go back. But why can't I just thinking about it makes me feel ill. I need some time alone, Envoy.
He really must stop. Tired already?
You can smell fire on the breeze. Makes me think of home. I wish it didn't. I've heard the Wardens are very set in it. Vidaro tried to form a trade agreement with the Council. Copper and glass in exchange for grain. But they weren't interested in outside help. The Wardens value self-reliance. Maybe because they have an inflated sense of their own importance. No offense, Mari.
No, you pretty much got it right.
They have a righteous duty to protect these lands. and believe that it can and should be done without the help of outsiders. It's a bit like shooting yourself in the foot because you don't trust anyone else to wield the gun. You too.
I've never wanted a bath this bad. Never. The Pargrunen of Solace are notoriously suspicious of outsiders. Though, from the looks of this place, Solace's real concern has got to be keeping its people in, not keeping the rest of us out. I'll be here if you need me.
Skibben, Lutkoiben. Będę widzieć tam lejot i podjąć jachaj. Koyduk. Nasıl bilmiyorum ya.
God, it's gone. There isn't enough perfume in Aora. You lived here then.
Always thought that if I ever came back here, I'd never...
Oh, do you need some smelling salts?
I'm fine. Just need to... I just need a moment. One moment.
Does this amuse you, seeing your kin caged like beasts?
No true kin would desert Solace. All we have are our oaths to Nandru, and you broke them.
Right. They're not the only ones either.
The damn oaths again. You might as well be the one in chains. Our founder, Nandru, didn't intend for his people to starve. I bet you my kidneys he didn't build Solace Keep so we can die of starvation in it. No, he would have wanted us to live.
Honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm getting too hungry to even think.
This is none of your business. Yeah, don't need a blessed outsider pretending they know anything. Move along.
Can't imagine why you even set foot here. These are Pargrunen lands.
Meaning mind your tongue and your judgment while you're here, outsider. These folk have done much to deserve their king. Strange that you think we'd care about your opinion. Sucker, get out of here.
And you assholes need to...
There's no food. We barely...
Saka, don't tell the outsider that. These bastards wanted to abandon the keep.
There is nothing to abandon. It's a corpse.
If all of us leave, we doom our people.
Like Councilman Kostya keeps saying, we're long past any hope of saving that.
You want anything else?
Fine. Anything to be done looking at you. Follow the main road north and then east. You'll find some dirt paths to follow after you hit the cliffs. Now mind your...
That's all. One moment.
No, those tracks missed the main road. Do you think the driver had a few before they left? Those wagons have seen better days.
Did they go like in the other?
As I live and breathe, the faithless envoy. Ludwig finds your loyalty a touch diminished. If you're looking for the Inquisitor, she's hunting a lead to the garden. The tower calls, and it turns. The roots say your name, envoy. They say you told them to do it. You've done what the roots want. Poison in our veins. The roots try to choke this.
Oh dear. Be careful.
Knew it! Knew it! Dark! Over here.
Coming from the right!
I never did used to watch you do that.
That island must be the garden. Never seen a tree below. Don't know how we're going to get any closer. Oh, can we look around? I'm sure there's something interesting to find. We are close.
If they weren't so deadly and disturbing to look at, they'd be breathtaking.
I don't think this broken bridge will help us. Didn't we read about another way into the garden, though? The other path is hidden well. I certainly don't see any way across the acid sea.
Nandru was the founder of Solace Keep. If anyone knows more about him or the garden, it would be the Council of Solace. I can't make any promises, though. Your godlike features will get you through the door. Nandru had the same stuff on his face. Like the two of you were made by the same sculptor. You'd be surprised how far a resemblance to Nandru will take you in Solace. Play your cards right, it might get you through the door. Worth a shot, anyway.
To Solace Keep. Let's try to get there before the steel garrote can cause trouble.
Follow the road northeast and look for a jump. Right. lives in that cave. Be alert.
I heard something.
One moment. Try growing up with that volcano on the blast. You learn early on how fragile life can be.
Seems as though the dream spirit made itself at home here.
One moment. Strange being back here. Thought I'd left for good. We could send the Warrens a message. Adherence here, Fjord burn, Solace next. Best, Mars. It's Cosme. Just let me handle this.
What? Marius? No. You must be a ghost. A curse.
That would be news to me.
You're alive. You. Asshole. You show your face now? Now?
Several times, but I hit more than I missed.
We used to be friends. Or so I thought. But then this Gidule left. Unannounced. No note, no nothing. Didn't even say goodbye to a Yonku. And now you cozy up here, after 3 years, with an adherent godlike, no less? No offense. I can't allow that. You know the rules. Outsiders cannot enter without express permission of the council.
Or with an honored warden.
Which you are not. I shouldn't even be talking to either of you. It's forbidden. Why, you pencil-pushing, goat-kissing little bookworm! I ought to stop you for that!
Try it, and see how quickly I forget that we both grew up here. Do you think the council will care about your promises when a death guard and her army turns Solace inside out?
If we do, Marius, you've grown an edge since you left. I'll let you in, but be warned. Solace is not as it was, Marius.
I doubt it. Nothing really changes in Solace.
You'll see for yourself. The council isn't what it was. Keep a watchful eye. Lower it on down. Hey,
no guarantees for those kids. Probably not well liked in Solace these days. Try not to breathe.
The garden is closed. Let's hurry up.
I forgot how lava crackles as it cools.
If it's the new recruit playing games again, I'm going to... Face. It's just like... No. It's the lack of sleep. It's impossible. What's not anyone in these days, huh? Kostya says that Solace Keep is nothing but a crypt. We'll die in here. I'm so tired of listening to you. Kostya this, Kostya that. Solace Keep protects us all. I don't want to hear another word.
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with your kind. What's wrong with talking to the Outlander, Pargrunen affairs are Pargrun. Even if it costs you your life?
Kostya has a lot to answer for. Poison. See? Even the Outlander. Mikhailo knows what happens if we allow the Outlanders inside. They'll take, and soon they'll attempt to tell until nothing of us...
Enough.
Enough.
back to...
Mordecai's nails. An outsider.
Nobody told me to expect outsiders. Welcome to... Excuse me. Welcome to Solace Keep. Do you have any questions about Solace Keep? I've never seen anyone quite like you, is all. No, that's not entirely true. All I'll say is, take a good look at the big statue of Nandu, this keep's founder, when you enter the main hall. A word of warning before you enter. You are the first outsiders to visit the keep in longer than I know. It is an honor to have you.
Walk with the gods outside. Sanctuary of Nature. Hasn't changed a bit.
But that sounds like a perfect excuse to spruce things up.
Listen, everyone wants seconds, okay? You can get back in line or wait until next meal. Very funny, pal. I should... Oh, well, then thank you, outside. Compliments here are scarce. I am the ringleader of this circus. No one does anything without a belly full of whatever we're warming up here today. Honestly, Marius here would catch something better than I could rustle off.
I just do what I do. You make last week's salt pork taste like this week's salt pork.
Take a compliment, Amaku. You're a good hunter. Always would. I have a little time to chat right now. What can I do for you? Oh, my friend, let me tell you something. It's best not to worry about what's in the food. We eat what we have. We depend mostly on our hunters and patrols to bring back whatever they can find. Of course, that means I have to be creative to find ways to make everything edible and palatable, at least. See? Thank you. Trust me. If I could throw together something new, I'd do it. But this is Solace. Tradition dictates you eat what you get. Councillor Kostia wants things to change around here. He wants to work with the other settlements to increase trade. Imagine it. Fish from... Ah, yes, I forgot. Tradition says we have to survive without help. Traditions... Well, it's... best of luck. Greetings. What...
Okay. Chill. This is good. Good. Let's take again.
What do you want? Depends on what you care about. I heard something about the trade count, and Mina here's been blubbering, but that's all. Such a...
One moment.
Damn. Outsiders in the keep? Joffrey really must be shit at commanding the wardens if you got him. Marius? You're back? God's alive. I never thought I'd see you again.
Mina, is that you? Didn't recognize you with all that whiskey smell around you.
The whiskey helps me sleep. Things would be a lot better if he was still in charge. Something must have happened to him. It's law in the keep that we don't ever leave Solace. Ever. Not your friend Marius here, isn't it? Some people don't like that. Petru, he usually goes out for a day or two, but I figure something must... I think so too. Look, if you happen to even...
I've been known to disappear from deep in my research. I
task, outsider. Be courteous while in Solace's halls, and you shall remain welcome. Check the board for bounties. Anything catch your eye, feel free to take it on. You'll be rewarded accordingly. No, our fighters are more than capable, but they are stretched thin. Resources are scarce, so be safe. Careful with those ogres. Bastards are foul. We've taken to calling it the Spore King. I'm not sure when it started or who's to blame, but the name stuck. Unfortunately. Put that poor house out of its misery. Be careful with this one. We believe it's the source of the beetles infesting the region. Be careful. Some of our best wardens were lost to that thing. Bereth guide their souls to a better life.
Oh, great. Outsider? You need something? Never once, and now that I have, I can't say I care for it. Leave our keep and our garden be. That's all I'll say on that.
Mikala understands the importance of tradition. Nandru chose this place for a reason, huh?
Misala is to blame. We need to open our gates to the world lest it leave us behind. Absolutely. Can you imagine if we had access to fresh crops from Fjord? Or all of the goods that pass through Paradise? No, I can't. Not with Mikala calling the shots. Then perhaps it's time for a change around here.
So you're the outsiders my guards let you to the keep. Sucker. Now I'm going to have to deal with Kazmi. And you're accompanied by a deserter.
There's the Joffrey I know. Still calling your parents by their first names.
Yes, I am. Every time I visit them. You should try it sometime. If you have a complaint, can it wait? I don't care who you are, unless the council has approved it. And now one of my wardens has let you in. Gods, yes. The warden's taken oath. Not that you'd know, but none of this is even my... Mihala ordered me to take over for our Captain Petru until he comes back. Of course she is. She's in her head thinking Mihala has Petru doing something other than council work. Whatever's happening, I have to... But if you happen to hear anything from Mina, don't...
We ran into Petru and Emerald Stair. What has he gotten himself into?
The captain is missing. The one in charge?
Wake up, Mother.
Not a good sign.
It's me. Go. You won't do any good here.
What is this crowd? An outsider here?
One moment. Ready yourselves. Council's just up this lift.
Of course they have an elevator. How elevated?
Outsiders in the halls, Nandru.
How delightful.
The very image of Nandru indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time. A word, please. Ah, the infamous Ediran envoy. I'd heard of your resemblance to our illustrious founder, but I'd hardly believe it if I weren't seeing it for myself. The monks tell us that Nandru had a special connection to the land, a sense for where to find things. I wonder if you share it. And perhaps Solace is in luck. Our hunters can track beetles, birds, and boars, but do you know what the most elusive quarry in the tusks is? It's water, of course. And yet you'd never know it from the way the councillors fuss. It's all traditionless, tradition land. Paradoxical, isn't it? The councillors would tell you this is our calling. Their detractors say it's our prison. There's an old godless aqueduct system in slumbering fields far to the southwest.
How is it possible to lose them? Godless aqueducts aren't exactly easy to miss.
I doubt they had trouble finding the aqueducts, but something must have detained them. And acknowledge that someone else came here before us and built something worth preserving? That's Pargroon pride for you. But now that a steady water supply is a bigger concern than cultural pride, the next problem is finding my team. They were supposed to work on the section just north of the southern guard tower. You probably passed it when you entered the tusk. Watch your step in slumbering fields. There's no telling what's been stirred up out there.
Found a spider the size of my face in my quarters last night.
Again? Ugh. I bet the officers up above don't have to deal with that.
On the bright side, the legs are pretty good.
Oh,
in a
good.
stew.
Someone's come along. I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help? Ugh, my hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, but with all the... I think it's somewhere... Ah! You have done me a great service, Mertion. I wonder if I can somehow strap this to my belt. Drop it again. If we open our gates to outlanders, we stand to lose everything. They will corrupt our people, destroy our traditions.
Our entire society faces destruction if we don't. We need trade. We need the rest of the world.
The reason Solace Keep has stood for so long is because we've stood alone. Do not question our ways, Kostya.
I understand, Mihala. But Solace Keep is dying. Surely it wouldn't hurt to consider a different route.
We will talk about this later. We have a guest. What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason. I doubt that. There isn't an inch of this land the Wardens do not patrol. day and night. If the Steel Garrote were here, we would know.
And if they are here, let them come. Solace has stood against worse threats for hundreds of years.
They destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for Solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
Although I wonder why we should bother trusting you. We heard that you were responsible for a great many deaths in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for... Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you? It sounds like you have something in mind.
There is no Dream Scourge in Galawain's tusks.
Nor has there ever been. We have no special magic here, and few scholars. It is the spirit of Nandru.
So it is...
Your cynicism shames you, Kostya. And shame when Nandru walked beneath the keep to meet the gods and disappeared into... He left his wardens to protect. How can I trust an Adiran to truthfully report the state of the land beyond our border?
These are unusual times, Mihala. Regrettably, I must confirm the envoy's tale. Our messengers have heard as much from Paradis, Fior, Thirdborn. Perhaps we have only been lucky. What if Nandru's Aegis no longer protects us?
I do not believe it. But I am not unmoved by the stories we have heard from the other settlements. You say you mean to end this plague of madness, Envoy? There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, Envoy? Mind how you speak of the garden in these halls, Envoy.
The garden is our sacred purpose, its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island...
The Envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face. I recognize them. Enough. I know you Outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you.
If there is another way, Envoy. But I feel...
It has, and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential... Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider, Envoy. You and those like you are why we...
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone.
It's mine, too.
You have no more standing in these halls than the Envoy does, Marius. We have no I would expect nothing less from someone like yourself.
Goodbye, Envoy. Kostya, see the Envoy out of...
With all...
And Mari, don't stay.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe you'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote.
And I thought Vidara was infuriating.
Envoy. I just wanted a word before you went on your way. No, indeed. I feel I owe you an apology. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken. The young suffer. But Mihala, she... well... Of course. Our people starve and grow ill. And it's all because Mihala insists duty to the dead means more than the living. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath. I'm very sorry, Envoy. Mihala has firm principles. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from... Do you? The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in... Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will... Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Stilgarot. She does not care about how the situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Forget duty. Duty cannot... The Inquisitor is a... She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us. It doesn't matter how... I am an aging dwarf. From it against Mihala's wishes, But if a powerful ally would...
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Sunday mind?
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the Stilgarot... disgusting.
The keep. It's in... I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adir. It's I have been nothing but honest with you about my intention to save my people. If that is treachery, Mihala believes your empire. After Fior, I suspect you Adirans think of the people of the... An agreement may protect us from... It might seem a foolish idea. I thought you'd empathize with this And you've shared them all. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. I hear she is a Death Guard. Do you believe yourself more powerful than a... I imagine this is something... But in any case, the Stilgarot are at the Mount Forja mine. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Adirans can forge a mutually beneficial... That will not... Oh. Well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history. The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please.
Right.
I do, Marius. Is that so outrageous?
You have a...
I wouldn't... It is definitely a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if there were clues to the garden's location. They are to the north of Stoke. And beware, if my wardens look for Elder Grigor at the archives. He should... Thank you. How may I assist you, Envoy? A letter to Hilgard. Courteous of you to bring it to me instead of Mihala. She has such antiquated ideas about diplomacy. I've written so many of these in the past, but I have received nothing in the way of responses. Part of me suspects that Mihala's the reason for the damned silence. Oh, she's such a rigid fool. I'm afraid there are factors. I'd like us to be allies. To that end, I have something. There's a path that leads to a warden storehouse that sits just south of the main entry. Of all the treasures to which one aspires, none greater than those wrought of sweat and fires. Speak those words aloud, and the door will open. Safe journeys, envoy.
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. No, the Council's still going at it. You know how Mihala is.
Well, Saka, fine. Come. Make it quick in here.
Haven't seen Petro around in a while.
As sure as you banish the entropy from our lives, may your exile be brief, and your throne reclaim.
Nandru looked to Wodoka for inspiration when he created the traditions and laws of Solace.
You must be the outsider.
Bolty? Is that you?
Marius? Won't the Commandant be surprised? What can I do for Solace's most? I am an attendant of the Council of Solace. Currently...
You mean... the way...
Yeah,
Take pride in our home, fellow Pagrunen, for Solace is an impenetrable fortress that can withstand any assault.
Move along, outsider. Consultation hours are... Oh my. You do resemble his statue, certainly. I cannot imagine how one such as you would share such a resemblance. What can a humble historian and philosopher do for you? Ah, our beloved founder. Nandru sought to create a sanctuary in the deadliest part of the island. He called it Solace. Many believe Nandru was led here by a spirit guardian of some kind. Regardless, many of his traditions remain in... Well, that is a topic of much... Some foolish souls say that Nandru... Hogwash. I believe Nandru died alone, having found his side. Unfortunately, all we have is belief. If you ask these absolute Zarips, they'd say not at all. Our founder envisioned a safe place for all who reside or explore in the Tusks. An admirable goal, certainly. Sorina's vision was more about safety for the people already within Solace. Outsiders be damned. Ah, blessed Sorina. She led Solace's rise from the ashes centuries ago, when an attack breached the walls and ruined our keep.
She was a forceful and diligent leader who oversaw many, myself included, believe her traditions conflicted with Nandru's, which were more suited to a solace in peacetime. Well, unfortunately, if you ask about the tilled ground made for growing plants, no. But Nandru did speak of a garden from... No one can say for sure what the garden meant to him, for none has... What more can I do?
An outsider! I've never seen someone so dull.
One moment.
I do hope no one sees me like this. Who let you in here? What do you want? No, of course not. Who am I kidding? I must live, no, suffer in squalor now. Unfortunately, none of the merchants in the keep have things that live up to my tastes. But as long as Mihala continues to shun the rest of the land... All the shops only have cheap goods. Just leave. Why am I in my own home? I must live. But no.
Is it me? Or does everything look suspiciously like a nail?
Do you think Abidon and Magran ever kiss? They both?
Ah, the outsiders. Welcome. I hope you don't mind if I shout a bit. I feel like it's impossible to hear anything over all this banging and quenching. Indeed, when they came down to tell us that we had outsiders about, I swore I misheard. I probably should have cleaned up the place. Indeed. Some of it is all the noise, but some of it is that I'm new to this job. Hazing is what it is. I am Forge Master Della. Recently appointed, I should add. Old Master Tassa passed away. The council appointed me.
Master Tassa died? I figured that old lady would live forever.
So did I. Turns out death... I assume so. Maybe Tassa did it herself. I know I wouldn't have put my own name on the list. No, that's not it. I'm just worn rough because I don't get to do the work anymore. Stand here and watch these Komai do it. I get compensated just like everyone else. You can... I know. A shrine to Abidon in a forge. How unique. What can I do? We have mines throughout the Tusk. Most of our material comes from reforging.
It's a fine tradition. If you don't mind going on patrol in your dead uncle's old...
Mock all you like, outcast. Like most things around Solace, they got too costly and dangerous to maintain. Council of Kostia has argued to get some of them open again. Is that Hobidon's shiny beard? It is! Star metal! I've only had the pleasure of working with it a few times before. These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this. And if the council doesn't like it, they can make someone else Forge Master. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the Forge again. Oh, how I miss it! The question you should be asking is, what can't I do with it? I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. Simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal. Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my head. Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the council chose me to be master of this forge.
Huh. At least your enemies will see a gorgeous weapon. Before you kill them, of course.
It is done. I call it the Meteor Blade. Never before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge. You will not find them lacking. That said, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior. Bring me more fragments, and I can make you that arquebus I mentioned. Or, yes, perhaps I could further refine your meteor. Ah! If I knew where to find these shards, I would have done so already! What can...
An outlet.
Don't mean to be disrespectful.
What do you think it means?
I think that's real fruit.
What means?
Probably go to the council.
Welcome to Serena's Mercy, outsider. There's nothing for you to see here.
Let me out of here right now!
Will you pipe down over there?
I'm innocent!
No.
Oh, thank the gods. Finally.
Renato here was selling our grave goods to traveling merchants. Don't let him tell about maps and causes. He's a common thief.
You know him? Then you can advocate for me.
You've got your work cut out.
I admit I took a few things, and I admit the caravan. You can't line a pocket that's full of holes. Sansa has no idea what the living lands are like. Well, it's not.
We do fine without grave robbing.
I just...
You can't just barge in and tell us what to do with our prisoner.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm not paid enough to argue with it. You're free to...
About time. I owe you, whoever you are. Actually, wait, I can do better than... Take my notes. Just do me a favor. I'll come up with some... That's an experience I won't repeat.
Oh, how cozy. The blood really brings everything together.
Go on. Either leave or help clean this house.
One moment.